Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Uma Mataji. Thank you for beautiful recitation of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7. So beautiful.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Sorry for the mistake.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much, Uma Mataji, for the very beautiful recitation.
Hare Krishna.
Just to welcome today. We don't know. Okay. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhyeva च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Anantakoti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, I welcome everyone to Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. May I know who all are on the call today?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Sorry, Anita Mataji, I think today she was going to do her service.
Okay, no problem, Mataji.
Okay.
Hare
So,
Krishna Mataji. This is Sita Vallabi Devi Dasi.
Hare Krishna, Sita Vallabi Devi Dasi. This name sounds
Hare
familiar.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Jai Gurudev.
Oh, Hare Krishna Mataji, welcome to the conference call. Thank you so much for joining us today, Sita. Thank you, Mataji. Sita Vallabi Mataji. Hare Bol.
Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devi Dasi from Chicago, Illinois.
Hare Krishna, Yashramati Priya Mataji. Thank you so much for joining. Thanks to all the valuable services that you do on Bhakti Sangha. Welcome to the conference call, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Sadhguru Srila Prabhupada, Ramanajas and all the assembled Vaishnavas. This is Kirtida Sundari.
Hare Krishna, Kirtida Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Welcome to the conference call. Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Uma from Portland, Oregon.
Hare Krishna, Uma Mataji. Thank you for your very beautiful recitation of Bhagavad Gita. Welcome to the conference call, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Manali from Kentucky, Richmond, Kentucky.
Hare Krishna, Manali Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Thank you for joining the call and giving us your most valuable association. Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna, Priti Vilasini Mataji, and Pranam to you and all Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev Ki Jai, Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Vrinda Gopika Mataji. Thank you for giving us your nurturing association to everybody. Your presence is very important to us. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the conference call. Anyone else wants to introduce themselves? Please go ahead and introduce yourselves if you would like to. We have another minute to go.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. This is Ishwari Devi Dasi from Fort Lauderdale.
Hare Krishna, Ishwari Radha Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining us and giving us your valuable association on this platform. Hare Krishna. Okay, I'll start record and read Prabhupada's quote. Kirtida, can you start record? My mouse is stuck.
Or Mataji.
Yeah. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. Thank you, dear devotees, for joining us and giving us your most valuable association today. I'll get started with reading Srila Prabhupada's quote for 19th August. Real contraceptive method is that you are unable to deliver your son from the clutches of birth and death. Do not become a father. Sorry, I think I read it wrong. Real contraceptive method is that if you are unable to deliver your son from the clutches of birth and death, then do not become a father. This was spoken by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada in Hyderabad back in August 1976. Thank you, dear devotees, for joining us and giving us your most valuable association. Today's class will be given by His Grace Adi Gadadhar Prabhu. Adi Gadadhar Prabhu will be speaking from Sri Caitanya Bhagavata today, and it is going to be Antya Khanda, chapter 2, verses 108 through 129. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving us your regular association. You can now take over the call.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Pritivilasini Mataji. Very grateful to you. We'll get started. Let us begin with our Mangalacharan prayers, dear devotees. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, dear devotees, for your kind association and regularly coming on Bhakti Sangha Japa group to study our holy scriptures. And because of all of you, I am also getting an opportunity to read from Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur Mahashaya. So I am very grateful to all of you. Please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti vaishnav vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna. So sharing is not turned on, but I can just do it myself, read it myself. So we are reading from Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, Antya Khanda, chapter 2, text 118.
Prabhu, it's ready.
Right, yeah, no problem. Take care, Mataji. It sounds like you are having a upper
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. So Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, Antya Khanda, chapter 2, text 118. যদি কৃপা দৃষ্টি না করে না জীব প্রতি তবে কার আছে তানে জানিতে শকতি. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying, যদি কৃপা দৃষ্টি না করে, if Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not glance mercifully jiva prati upon the living entities, তবে কারা আছে তানে জানিতে শকতি, then who would have the ability or the power to know Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? In other words, one can understand Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or one can understand Lord Krishna only when Krishna bestows his merciful glance upon us. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita says that just like a bird, according to its capacity, can fly across the span of the limitless sky, similarly, different devotees are able to understand the unlimited glories of Lord Krishna to the extent that they are empowered by Krishna. Text 119. Nityananda adi sab priya varga laya bhojana karite prabhu vasile na giya. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then sat down to eat with his dear associates, headed by Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Sri Gadadhar Pandit also was there. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sat down with his associates to have prasad. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, they all sat down to honor Krishna Prasad. Kichu matra anna Prabhu parigraha kari, uthile na hunkara kariya gaura hari. After taking a morsel of rice, anna means rice, kichu matra means little bit, parigraha kari, Mahaprabhu accepted, honored Anna Prasad. Uthilena, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Gaurahari stood up, Hunkara Kariya, and started roaring loudly. Gaura Simha, Gaurahari. Hari also means lion. So Gaurahari means Gaura Simha. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he stood up and roared loudly in ecstasy. Avishta haila Prabhu kari achaman kata dura Jagannatha bale ghane ghan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being overwhelmed with love for Krishna, he did achaman, which means he washed his hands and mouth after eating just little Krishna Prasad. He quickly washed his mouth and hands and avishta haila Prabhu. Avishta means premavishta. Overwhelmed in ecstatic love for Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got up. He did roar loudly like a hunkar, washed his hands and mouth, and bale ghane ghana. Again and again, in a deep voice, he repeatedly asked, Kata dura Jagannatha? How far is Sri Jagannath Puri, the abode of Lord Sri Jagannath? Remember, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is on his way to Sri Jagannath Puri Dham because his mother, Srimati Shachi Devi, has asked him to reside at Sri Jagannath Puri Dham. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to Sri Jagannath Puri Dham, and again he's asking, how far is Jagannath Puri? How far is Jagannath Puri? This is eagerness to meet the Lord. Purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada, the revered spiritual master of our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, Srila Abhay Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada. If Sri Gaurahari does not glance mercifully on the conditioned souls, they can never become Vaishnavas. If we don't receive the merciful glance of Sri Gaurahari, then we cannot become a conditioned soul, a Baddha Jeev, cannot become a Vaishnav. Cannot become Vaishnav. Because Vaishnav means one who has love for Krishna, for Vishnu. That is a Vaishnav. One cannot become a Vaishnav even by becoming Mukta. One cannot become Vaishnav even by achieving Mukti. Muktanam api siddhanam Narayana Parayana, Sudurlabha Prashantatma, Kotish Api Mahamune. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that even among many muktas and siddhas, a devotee is very, very rare. So, mukti is one thing, but mukti cannot make us a Vaishnava. What we need is the merciful glance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally displayed the affliction of separation from Lord Jagannath and ascertained the essential characteristics of the object of worship. Vishaya Vigraha. Object of worship is Jagannath, Krishna. Mahaprabhu is displaying the pangs of separation from Jagannath to teach us, conditioned souls, what is the most desirable thing in spiritual life. It is to develop love for Krishna. And an important characteristic of love of Krishna is to feel separation from Krishna. When there is prem, we will feel separation. We will feel the eagerness. Where is Jagannath Puri? Where is Jagannath Puri? I want to meet Lord Jagannath. That's a sign of love. Shri Gaura Sundar is Lord Jagannath himself. Jayo Jayo Jagannatha Shachiranandana Tribhuvane Kore Jara Charana Vandana Vasudeva Ghosha Kohe Kori Joda Hatha Jai Gaura Sei Krishna Sei Jagannatha Jai Gaura Sei Krishna Sei Jagannatha Jaya Jaya Jagannatha Shachiranandana Tribhuvan Kore Jar Charana Vandana. All glories to Lord Jagannath, Mishra's son, Shachi Mata's son, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is not different from Jagannath, who is not different from Krishna. Shri Gaura Sundar is Lord Jagannath himself. By being continually forgetful of this fact, he did not allow unqualified people to understand this. Very, very important sentence. I would like to highlight this sentence. We must understand this sentence. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada is telling us that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is continuously forgetful of the fact that he is Krishna. Because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in Bhakta Bhav, not Bhagavat Bhav. He is in Bhakta Bhav. He is in the mood of a devotee, not in the mood of Bhagavan. Very special incarnation, very special manifestation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna. Most special. Prem Purushottam. Prem Avatar. Prem Purushottam. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna, but he is forgetful of the fact that he is Krishna. He is always thinking, I am a devotee. Mahaprabhu is behaving like a devotee. Mahaprabhu is thinking like a devotee. Mahaprabhu is feeling the spiritual ecstatic emotions of a devotee. This you can see in no other incarnation, where Bhagwan has become Bhakta. Hari Bol. By being continually forgetful, means constantly Mahaprabhu is forgetful of the fact. What fact? That he is the Supreme Lord himself. He is Jagannath, he is Krishna. Forgetful. To taste Radha Bhav, Shri Radhara Pranaya Mahima. He wants to understand the glory of Srimati Radharani's love. So he has taken the mood of Srimati Radharani's love. He has taken the mood of Srimati Radharani. Radha Bhavaditu Suvalitam Naumi Krishna Swarupam. But it also serves a secondary purpose. What is the secondary purpose? He did not allow unqualified people to understand. Unqualified people did not understand that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Lord Krishna himself. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not allow ordinary people to understand that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is called Chan Avatar, the hidden incarnation. He doesn't reveal himself to unqualified people. Unqualified people saw him, yet they could not understand that here is the Supreme Lord Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radharani, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In fact, many years ago, when I was in Bombay, I remember reading, what book was it? I think it was the Britannica Encyclopedia. And in that encyclopedia, there was a mention of great personalities who shaped and transformed the history of the world. And there is mention of Jesus Christ, there is mention of Prophet Muhammad, and there is mention of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Britannica Encyclopedia. But it is just mentioned that he was a great devotee. That's all. It doesn't say that he is Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not allow ordinary people to understand that he is Krishna. He is Channa Avatar. He did not allow them to understand because he was always in the mood of a devotee. So ordinary people who could not see deeper, they always thought that, oh, here is a great devotee. And his ecstasy was mistaken to be epilepsy. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself would say, I am an epileptic. I suffer from epilepsy. And ordinary people accepted it. Haribol. In this way, Mahaprabhu covered himself. So, very important point. What are the two things we learn from this sentence that I have highlighted? One is that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continually is forgetful of the fact that he is Krishna. This is important. How we worship Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We should ideally worship him as the greatest devotee. We know he is Krishna, he is Jagannath. But if he is Jagannath, how he can dance in front of Jagannath? How he can offer Dandavat Pranam to Jagannath? How he can feel separation from Jagannath when Jagannath is not giving darshan during Anavasara? Isn't it? So we should see, even though in Tattva they are one, Jai Gaura say Krishna say Jagannath, but in the mood of worship, in the mood of rasa, we should see Mahaprabhu as Srimati Radharani and Jagannath as Krishna. Haribol. And second thing we learn is Mahaprabhu prevented ordinary people from understanding that here is Bhagwan by presenting himself as a devotee. For otherwise, unqualified devotees would consider him as simply a Mayavadi. And then they would themselves take to the path of Mayavad. He Bhagwan, he is Bhagwan, I am also Bhagwan. Everybody is Bhagwan. So like that. Someone is accepted as a genuine incarnation, then there are other people who don't want to be left behind. We also want to become avatar. Or this person in my village also is avatar. And that person from there also is avatar. And then just, that is Mayavad. Everyone is avatar. Anybody can become avatar, taking it too cheaply. That is why he did not reveal to everyone that all of his other manifestations are included in his manifestation as a devotee. Saba avatar sara shiromani kevala ananda kanda parama karuna pahudui jana nitai gaurachandra. Did not reveal. मुकुंद लागिला मात्र कीर्तन करिते आरंभिला वैकुंठेर ईश्वर नाचिते. As Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stood up and is asking, where is Jagannath Puri? Where is Jagannath Puri? How far is Jagannath Puri? Take me to Jagannath Puri. I want to go to Jagannath Puri. In his Prema Avesh, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is repeatedly saying that at that time, at that point, Sri Mukunda Datta, who was accompanying Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his childhood friend, Sri Mukunda Datta and Sri Gadadhar Pandit. These two, both are accompanying right now. They were childhood friends of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from the school days. So Sri Mukunda Datta, Mukunda lagila matra kirtana karite. Mukunda immediately started to do kirtan. And Arambhila Vaikunthera Ishvara Nachite. And as soon as Sri Mukunda Datta started doing Harinam Sankirtan, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to dance. His feelings of separation were mitigated because wherever there is kirtan, there is presence of Krishna. Naham tishtami vaikunthe yoginam hridayeshu va yatra gayanti mad bhakta tatra tishtami. Lord Krishna tells Sripad Narad Muni that I am present there where my devotees are performing kirtan. O Narad Muni, I am present there where my devotees are doing kirtan. I don't take so much pleasure in being in Vaikuntha. I don't take so much pleasure in being in the hearts of the yogis. But I take most pleasure in being in that place where the devotees are doing kirtan. Mukunda lagila matra kirtana karite, arambhila vaikunthera ishvara nachite. Mahaprabhu started dancing. Punyavanto jato jato chhatra bhog vasive. Okay, wait, we have to. So it's like this. That sabe should come in the next line. Punyavanta jata jata chhatra bhogavasi. Sabe dekhe nritya kare Vaikuntha vilasi. All the pious persons of Chhatrabhog village. पुण्यवंत जत जत छत्र भोग वासी सबे देखे नृत्य करे वैकुंठ विलासी. How beautiful. All the residents of Chhatrabhog who were pious, Punyavanta, they observed, they witnessed, they beheld the beautiful form of Vaikuntha Vilasi. Krishna is Nikunja Vilasi. He is Vrindavan Vilasi, Vraj Vilasi. Vraj Vilas is Krishna. Vaikuntha Vilasi Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they saw dancing. Dekhe nritya kare Vaikuntha Vilasi. All the pious people of Chhatrabhog village were able to see how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was enjoying his pastimes in Vaikuntha by dancing. Mahaprabhu danced and the fortunate villagers of Chhatrabhog witnessed. And as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing, what did they see? Text 124. अश्रुकंप हुंकार पुलक स्तंभ घर्म कतहय के जाने से विकारे मर्म. Who can understand the mystery of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's display of all the Ashtasattvic vikar? Vikar means transformations. Ashtasattvic means divine ecstatic eight symptoms and signs of love. For example, Ashru, shedding tears by crying. Kampa, body shivering. Hunkar, roaring in ecstasy. Involuntary sounds of ecstasy. And Pulaka, the hairs of the body standing on end in ecstasy. Stambha, becoming stunned, not able to move, just stunned in ecstasy. And Dharma, just profusely perspiring in ecstasy. All these ecstatic symptoms, Ashru, Kampa, Hunkar, Pulaka, Stamba, Dharma, were manifested by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the villagers, pious villagers, not everybody, Punyavanta Vasi, Chhatrabhog Vasi, Punyavanta, the pious people of Chhatrabhog village were able to witness the beautiful dancing of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And while dancing in Harinam Sankirtan, being led by Sri Mukunda Datta, while dancing in Sankirtan, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is manifesting these symptoms. Imagine Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, beautiful sannyasi. He is dancing with his golden complexion, his beautiful long arms, his lotus eyes, and there are tears flowing from his eyes as he is dancing. Have you seen anybody dance while crying? I have not seen. Mahaprabhu is dancing and crying. Have you seen anybody shivering in ecstasy, trembling in ecstasy, kampa? Mahaprabhu is doing that. Just ecstatic cries of love coming. Hunkar. Hair standing on end while dancing in Harinam Sankirtan. Pulaka. Becoming a stunned. Experiencing Krishna's sweetness. And dharma. Sweating. That we have seen. That is more out of exhaustion and heat. Mahaprabhu. Profuse sweating, perspiration because of intensity of spiritual emotions as Mahaprabhu is dancing. They saw and they understood. Ke jane se vikarera marma. They were able to understand. The fortunate Punyavanta people. That this is Krishna in the mood of Radharani. 125. कीपा से अद्भुत नयनेर प्रेम धार भाद्रमा से जेहे न गंगार अवतार. The wonderful stream of tears that flowed from the eyes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu resembled the descent of Ganga in the month of Bhadra during the monsoon season. During the monsoon season, there are floods. Hare Krishna. Just water of the Ganga gushing down. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's profuse tears coming forth from his lotus eyes appeared like Ganga. Alakananda Bhagirathi is coming from two eyes. Hare Krishna, Mahaprabhu. That also during the monsoon season, month of Bhadra, where there is flooding in the Ganga. Mahaprabhu's eyes, Ganga Jal is coming. Pakadiya nritya karite, nayane chute jal, tahate loka snana, karila sakal. Hare Krishna. All the Chhatrabhog Punyavantavasi, all the pious people of Chhatrabhog village, everyone there was bathed by the tears emanating from Lord Shri Gaurasundar's lotus eyes. As he whirled around dancing, Mahaprabhu was spinning and whirling round and round dancing, jumping up and down, whirling round and round, dancing. The profuse tears that were flowing from his Kamala Nayan, they bathed everyone. This is the meaning of Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Hari Bol. Snapanam means to bathe. Sarvatma means completely bathing everyone. Shri Krishna Sankirtan is for everyone. And Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is bathing all the devotees. Imagine being touched by the pranaya shru, the loving tears of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What will you do? Just imagine. Suddenly, on your hand and on your face, Mahaprabhu zoop, whirled around, turned around, and from his eyes, like syringes, his tears come spraying on you. What will you do? You say, oh my God, these are the tears of Mahaprabhu. May they never evaporate. And they will never evaporate. Hare Krishna. जयति जयति देवो कृष्ण चैतन्य चंद्र जयति जयति कीर्तिस्तस्य नित्य पवित्रा जयति जयति भृत्यस्तस्य विश्वेशमूर्तेर् जयति जयति नृत्यं तस्य सर्व प्रियाणाम. All glories to the wonderful dancing. Jayati Jayati Nritya Tasya Sarva Priyanam. All glories to the dancing of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Harinam Sankirtan, Premnam Sankirtan, that gives pleasure to everyone and that is very dear to the devotees. Hari Bol. Actually, all of us have been touched by the tears of Sri Gaurasundar today. through Vani. Hare Krishna. इहारे से कही प्रेममय अवतार शकति चैतन्य चंद्र विने नाही आर. That is why he is described as Prem Avatar, Prem Purushottam, Premamaya Avatar. Mahaprabhu is Prem Purushottam, Krishna is Leela Purushottam, Shri Ram is Maryada Purushottam. That is why Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is described as incarnation of love of Godhead. Because love means Ladini Shakti. And Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Shri Radhara Bhave Ebe Gauravatara. Hari Bol. राधा कृष्ण प्रणय विकृतिर लाधिनिर शक्तिरस्मादेकात्मानावपि भुवि पुरा देह भेदम गतौ तौ चैतन्याख्यं प्रकटमधुना तद्वयं चैक्यमाप्तं राधा भावद्युति सुवलितं नौमि कृष्ण स्वरूपम्. That is why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is described as incarnation of love of God. Ihare se kahi prem maya avatar e shakti Chaitanya Chandra vine nahi aar. No one other than Sri Chaitanya Chandra had such power to bestow Krishna prem. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna prema pradayate. As Hari Parshad Prabhu says, the highest fruit of the tallest tree. It's just distributing. এই মতে গেল রাত্রি তৃতীয় প্রহর স্থির হইলেন প্রভু শ্রী গৌর সুন্দর. After 9 hours of the night passed in this way. In what way? Shri Mukunda Datta is singing beautiful, sweet, melodious kirtans, Harinam Sankirtan, and Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Nityananda Prabhu, Shri Gadadhar Pandit, they are dancing. Hari Bol. Jagadananda Pandit is also there. In this way, Tritiya Prahar, each Prahar is 3 hours. 9 hours of the night passed in this way. Shri Gaura Sundar became pacified. Sthira Hailena Prabhu Shri Gaura Sundar. Finally, after dancing for 9 hours, all night, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was somewhat pacified. Otherwise, he was feeling great separation. How far is Jagannath Puri? Where is Jagannath? I want to go to Jagannath Puri. Mahaprabhu was like that. So much utkantha, so much eagerness. सकल लोकेर चित्ते जेन क्षण प्राय सबार निस्तार हैला chaitanya kripaय. Everyone there thought that hardly a moment had passed. 9 hours. There was Premnam Sankirtan, 9 hours of dancing, 9 hours of being bathed by the tears of Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Dev. I would perhaps collect those tears and mix some water in it, and so that it's always preserved. Keep the pot filled. 9 hours, the devotees, pious devotees of Chhatrabhog village, they got to participate in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's ecstatic singing and dancing. Hari Bol. But Sakala Lokera Chitte Jena Kshana Pray. 9 hours passed as if it was one moment. Oh, the Kirtan had just started, it ended. Well, it's been 9 hours. The night has passed. Really, we didn't realize. We thought it was just a moment. They were all delivered by the mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When you feel like this, where 9 hours of Kirtan feels like one moment, and one moment of separation from Krishna feels like 9 hours. That's when we can know that we have got Krishna Prem. Sabar Nistara Haila Shri Chaitanya Kripai. By the mercy of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all the residents, pious residents of Chhatrabhog village were delivered. Punyavanta. Punyavanta means those who are following the directions of Guru Sadhu Shastra. Shastra says ते त्वन्तगतं papam jananam punya karmanam. ते द्वंद्व मोह निर्मुक्त भजन्ते दृढ़ व्रताः. तेषां त्वन्तगतं papam jananam punya karmanam. We have to give up sinful activities like meat eating, intoxication, illicit sex, and gambling. And punya karmana. Punya karmana means chanting the name of Krishna and hearing about Krishna. Shravanam kirtanam Vishnu smaranam. Krishnam punya kathamritam. Krishna punya kathamritam. Hearing about Krishna. Punya shravana kirtana. Hridantasto hi abhadrani vidhunoti suritsada. Hearing and chanting. That is punya. Punya shravana kirtana. नष्ट प्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी शृण्वताम स्वकथा कृष्ण पुण्य श्रवण कीर्तन पुण्य श्रवण कीर्तन कृष्ण पुण्य कथामृतम पुण्यम कृष्ण कथामृतम. When we do this, we punya shravana kirtana, we do hearing of Krishna katha and we chant Krishna nam, Krishna katha, we recite, glorify Krishna. That is a punyavanta person. While staying away from sinful habits. Yah shastra vidhi mutsrijya vartate kamakaratah न स सिद्धिम अवाप्नोति न सुखम न param gatim. On the other hand, those who perform activities that are against the teachings of Shastra, that will lead to lot of inauspiciousness. We will not get perfection in our bhajan. We will not find peace or happiness. Yah Shastra vidhim utsrijya, what the Shastra is telling us to give up. Vartate kamakarata. But out of uncontrolled desires, we do those things, which is nishiddha, which is forbidden by Shastra. We go against Shastragya. We go against the teachings of the Shastra. And we act according to the dictations of our mind and senses. Kamakarata. Na sasiddhim avapnoti, na sukham, na paramgata. Such a person does not attain perfection in their endeavor. Such people do not attain happiness, and such people do not attain the supreme destination. On the other hand, Shrunvatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Rid Antasto hi Abhadrani Vidhunoti Surit Satam Nashtapaeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Bhakti Devi will sit in their heart. Very stable. Once we purify our heart. Gundicha Marjanam. Then Jagannath will come. So these were the verses, and then the next speaker will speak from verse number 30, 130. I would like to, because we have some time, I would like to speak little bit more on the first verse that we read today, 18th, 118th verse. Jadi kripa drishti na kare na jiva prati tabe kara achetane janite shakati. Unless Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Lord Krishna casts their merciful glance upon us, unless and until Krishna does not look upon us with mercy, we will not be able to understand. We will not be able to understand spiritual truths. We will not be able to understand Krishna. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Sri Krishna looks upon us with mercy, then we will be able to understand. This Kripa Drishti is something that we must endeavor to understand. What is Kripa Drishti? This Kripa Drishti can at times be difficult to recognize. Krishna, this morning I was listening to one class by His Holiness Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, my beloved, revered spiritual master. And His Holiness Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj was saying that Krishna convincing Nanda Baba and the elders of Vrindavan to call off Indra Puja, which they had been performing for many years, was the Kripa Drishti of Krishna on Indradev. Analyze that. Here is Indradev sitting and expecting puja, pratishtha, that he has been used to, he has been getting year after year. And Krishna comes and cancels that Indra puja, convinces Nanda Baba to call it off. And not just cancel it, but to divert all the paraphernalia to worship Sri Govardhan, Giriraj. Maharaj says this was Krishna's merciful glance on Indra. But it's very difficult to recognize the merciful glance of Krishna. Krishna had detected pride. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in the commentary, the 10th canto, that Krishna had detected pride in the heart of his devotee, King Indra. And therefore, Krishna cast his merciful glance upon him. Indra Puja cancel. All the funds, all the paraphernalia to be diverted to Sri Govardhan, because Indra's pride Vardhan has to be decreased. So let's worship Govardhan. But when Krishna casts his merciful glance, it can be difficult to recognize for a conditioned soul. It may be taken as a misfortune, it may be taken as a burden, it may be taken as a reversal, it may be taken as a humiliation, it may be taken as something undesirable. We may start thinking, why me? Some service may come, and it is Krishna's merciful Kripa Drishti, merciful glance. And we may think, why me? Koi aur nahi mila kya? Could they not find another devotee for this service? Why me? And then we turn away from the merciful glance of Krishna. Krishna is showering his merciful glance, but we choose to turn away. Krishna bahirmukh jiv bhogavancha kare. Nikatastha maya tare jhapatiya dhare. That's our misfortune. Or, Maharaj said, Krishna sending his dear friends to the house of the Yagnik Brahmanas to ask for some charity of food when it was the auspicious moment to give away charity. In the name of Balram, give charity in the name of Dauji and me. Krishna sent his own friends. Can you imagine Krishna's friends, Madhumangal, Shridham, Sudham? They come knocking on our door. When we have cooked lot of bhoga and it is time to give charity, we are looking for someone to receive charity. And Krishna's friends come and say, Krishna and Balram are close by and they would like to have this bhoga. Can you spare some? This is Kripa Drishti of Krishna. This is the merciful glance of Krishna on the Yagnik Brahmanas. But they could not recognize. They could not recognize. Their wives did very much. Maharaj then said that Krishna jumping into the lake of Kalia was Kripa Drishti, was merciful glance of Krishna on Kalia. But infected by his own arrogance and pride, anger, envy, he could not recognize the merciful glance of Krishna. And he attacked Krishna. He bit Krishna in the chest with his hoods. Hare Krishna. So let us pray that, you see, Jagannath never blinks. He doesn't have eyelids to blink. So Jagannath is always casting his merciful glance upon us. So is Gurudev. Gurudev kripa drishti diya koroe dase trina pekhatihina. O Gurudev, kripa drishti diya. We're talking about kripa drishti. Praying for the merciful glance of Gurudev so that we become Trinapeka Atihina. I become humbler than a blade of grass. Because when I become humbler than a blade of grass, I will not react. When I become humbler than a blade of grass, I will not react to the Kripadrishti, merciful glance of Krishna, like Kaliya, like the Yagnik Brahmanas, like Indradev. Because Trinapeka Atihina. So may the Kripa Drishti, merciful glance of Sri Guru make me humble so that when the Kripa Drishti of Sri Krishna or Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is cast upon me, I am able to recognize it as such and receive the mercy of Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Dev, who is Prem Purushottam, Prem Avatar, Premamaya Avatar, who has come to give Krishna Prem. I am able to receive it with an open heart, with gratitude, like the Punyavanta Chhatrabhoga Vasi, like the pious residents of Chhatrabhog village. Hari Bol. This is the message I wanted to share with all of you today. I will stop here. If there are any corrections, comments, or questions, we have 10 minutes. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much for such an inspiring class. Definitely, we are also waiting to have that merciful glance. But dear devotees, the forum is open for question and answers. If anyone has any questions, questions or comments, please raise your hands. We can take a few questions.
Hare Krishna.
The Agnidhi Mataji's.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Prabhu. Thank you for such a wonderful class. Nidhi is my daughter's name. She is also attending your classes, so that's why I put her name.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So Prabhu, my question is, our
There is Radha Rasa Sudha Nidhi, and this is Gita Rasa Sudha Nidhi, because Gita is also, Bhagavad Gita is also very nectarian. Gita Rasa Sudha Nidhi, the ocean of the nectar of Bhagavad Gita. Hari Bol. Yes, Madhuri, please go ahead.
Yeah. So Prabhu, our sadhana is love in separation. So this question is from a very long time in my mind. So if, like, when a devotee takes the name of Lord Krishna, so Lord Krishna's name and Krishna are not non-different. So when gopis used to remember Krishna, or Radharani used to remember Krishna, even though physically there was separation, but there was no separation. And they were at that level of devotion where even yogis cannot reach, and they were already in love of Krishna. So someone who loves someone, or if you love someone, that means you already know. Unless and until you know the person, you cannot love, right? So they already having all the knowledge, gyani. So they were already gyani also. And still then why, what this, the tears, what does it signify? uh, Tears in separation, because they were already knowing that Krishna is present there, but still why there were tears? uh, could I ask properly, Prabhuji?
Yes, I think I understood. Hare Krishna. But if I did
Thank you.
not, then you correct me later on. But what I understood is you're asking if abhinnatva nama namino nama chintamani Krishnas, if Krishna nam and Krishna person are non-different, when Krishna had left Vrindavan, or when Krishna was not in the presence of the Vraj gopis and they are chanting Krishna's name and feeling separation from him and crying, shedding tears in separation from Krishna. Why so? When Krishna is with them in the form of his name, and when they know that there is union in separation.
Yes.
Mm. Yes, very beautiful question. And the answer is because it is the nature of a devotee to render personal service to Krishna. Jivera swarup hai Krishnera nitya das. Dasatva means to perform favorable service to Krishna. Anukullena Krishna Anushilanam. Anushilanam means the mukhya bhakti angas. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam. These are all the primary limbs of bhakti. Feeding Krishna, dressing Krishna up, decorating Krishna, dancing with Krishna, embracing Krishna, Alingan, Chumban. These are the reciprocations with Krishna that the Vraj gopis are remembering. And Krishna is present in the form of the holy name, but you cannot embrace Krishna if he is not present before you. You cannot put the juiciest, sweetest rasmalai in Krishna's lotus mouth if Krishna is not present before you, sakshat, in person. So these are the reciprocations that they are missing. These are the reciprocations that the Vraj gopis are longing to have with Krishna. Therefore, they sing Rahasi samvido yaridi sprishaha kuhakano mana kshobayanti. That those rahasi samvido, that rahasyamaya varta, that confidential talk that you would have with me, just you and me, which used to touch my heart so much. Ridhi Sprisha. Oh, now that you have left me, I'm not able to hear your voice. I'm not able to have a conversation with you. Your beautiful smile, that I'm not able to see. My dear husband, my dear Krishna, Priya. Prahasitam Priya Prema Vikshanam. Prahasitam Priya. Oh Priyatam Krishna. Prahasitam. That smiling face of yours. Prema Vikshanam. And how you would look at me with so much love in your lotus eyes. That I am longing for in your absence. So there, when you feel separation from Krishna in your heart, you are remembering Krishna, Krishna, where are you, Krishna? There is internal union. And externally, Krishna is present in the form of his holy name. The Vraj Gopis are even enacting Krishna's pastimes to mitigate the feelings of separation. But still, confidential talks, receiving the loving glance of Krishna, embracing him, this can only be done when he is present. Making gopi dots on Krishna's forehead and asking Krishna, did you like this sabji? Do you like this puri? Do you like this sweet? Was the tambul okay? That can only be done when Krishna is present in person. Is that okay, Gita Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu.
I recited a verse from Gopi Gita for Gita Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Priya Prema Vikshanam. What is the next line?
Viharanam chate dhyana mangalam.
Viharanam chate dhyana mangalam. Rahasi samvido yaridi sprishaha kuhakano mana kshobhayantihi. Haribol. These are the thoughts that came to my mind in response to your question. I hope that was okay. Hare Krishna.
Yes. So that is the same bhav with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, right, Prabhu?
Yes.
That's why it is viraha, right?
Yes. Internally there is union, but externally there is viraha, because that seva cannot be done. He cannot see the merciful eyes of Jagannath, the beautiful smile of Jagannath. He cannot see the form of Jagannath. He cannot offer service directly to Jagannath, singing for him, dancing in front of him, pushing his chariot with his head, all those things. He cannot like that. ठीक है?
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, so then there are no more questions. Priti Vilasini Mataji, I will end the call for you. Let me look at the chat because I don't want you to speak. You're having a lot of congestion. Yashomati Priya Mataji, Hare Krishna. Maharas Mataji. Prabhuji, I read a quote about Prabhupada's mercy and Acharya's mercy is there for everyone. We need to take their mercy as sadhak. So how to take that mercy, Prabhuji? Srila Prabhupada said that you can please me by doing two things. One is receive the message, the instructions, the holy name, the Krishna Katha that I have come to give you through my lectures, through my books. And number two, share it with others after you have received it. Haribol, so simple. That way we can receive the mercy of the Acharyas and Krishna. Shri Mataji. I had three questions. One, if one is confused between two gurus as to whose shelter one should take, how to know between two who is the spiritual master? I personally don't have any experience of this feeling because somehow, by the sweet arrangement of Krishna and the mercy of Shri Shri Lalita Vishakha Radha Gopinath ji, well, that time it was just Radha Gopinath. Shri Lalita Sakhi and Vishakha Sakhi were yet to manifest in their beautiful forms. By the mercy of Shri Shri Radha Gopinath ji, Shri Shri Radha Gopijana Vallabh, I met my Guru Maharaj at the age of 18 and I did not even know that there were other Maharajas in ISKCON. And I just gave my heart to Maharaj. So I always like to say that I was like a young girl who was married off when she was very small. I was less than 1 year old, in Krishna consciousness, and I got married to Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, my spiritual master eternally. So I don't know this feeling of having to decide between two gurus, because I had a child marriage and I'm very happy about that. Hare Krishna. My master, my Prabhu, my Gurudev. Hare Krishna. If one is in a dilemma, whose shelter I should take, who is my Guru, then my suggestion is that one sincerely pray to Srila Prabhupada, the Guru Parampara, and the Supreme Lord, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Nityananda Prabhu. And they will certainly give inspiration in the heart. Ultimately, Vasudeva Jagat Guru, the Supreme Guru, is Krishna himself. If we pray to Srila Prabhupada and Krishna, then they will reveal to us who our Vyasti Guru is in this life. They will reveal in the heart. And both the Gurus, I suggest you hear their Vani, their Kirtans, their Katha, and see. When you pray that you are looking for your Diksha Gurudev and you want to surrender your life forever at the lotus feet of Shri Gurudev, dear Srila Prabhupada, my dear Radha and Krishna, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Nityananda Prabhu, please guide me. Please reveal to me who my Gurudev is. And certainly, at auspicious moment in your heart, it will become crystal clear. Hare Krishna. Having ethics in life and following it firmly, is that right even in spiritual life? Because many times it happens that you lose on the opportunity which might be very important for you, but your heart doesn't allow due to ethical thought process. What should one's take be? This question needs to be answered after knowing the specific details of the situation. What is the ethical dilemma and what is the opportunity that is dear to your heart? What is the conflict of interest? What is the ethical conflict? That has to be understood. But in general, if any opportunity is going to be pratikul or inconducive, unfavorable for our cultivation of Krishna Bhakti, Krishna consciousness, then it is undesirable. We should not accept it. No matter what we gain, no matter what we stand to achieve. But if it is conflicting with our spiritual principles, spiritual integrity, if it is going to displease Krishna, then we should not go for it, no matter what we stand to gain. That is the general answer, general principle. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says that there are two paths. One path is very pleasing in the beginning, but becomes poisonous in the end. The other path in the beginning seems to be poisonous, but later on becomes amrit, becomes nectar. And that is the path of bhakti. And the path described first, which is nectar in the beginning, but ends up being poisonous in the end, that is the path of material life, sense gratification. So initially, spiritual life may appear to be difficult. We may have to sacrifice things, but ultimately it will lead to a lot of joy. When I left surgery and chose hospital medicine, I was not sure if I will like it, because surgery is what I loved from my childhood. It was what I had trained to do for so many years. I had invested so many years of my life learning, and it was a difficult decision. But now, when I look back, I'm very grateful to Krishna that he made me a hospitalist, because my lifestyle, by Krishna's mercy, is very favorable for Krishna consciousness. I work for 7 days, then I get 7 days off. And at that time, I did not have the vision, but Krishna has the vision. Guru Maharaj has the vision. And whatever they did for me has turned out to be wonderful. So wonderful that now, when I speak to the ISKCON youth, I personally highly encourage them to choose the medical profession if that is their aptitude. If they have a liking for the medical path, I feel becoming a medical doctor is a great profession, because you see Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam in action. You see Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi Dukkha Doshanu Darshanam. You get to do that. Dosh Darshan. The faults of material existence consisting of birth, old age, disease, and death. And you are able to serve Prabhupada disciples. You are able to serve Vaishnavas. You are able to make a difference in their life. So sometimes a spiritually favorable decision may seem to be laden with difficulties and challenges to begin with. But if we are sincere, eventually we will rejoice taking up that path, because it will lead to the nectar of Krishna consciousness. Because Krishna is pleased. If Krishna is pleased, Yasmin Tushte, Jagat Tushtam. If Krishna is pleased, then it will be the cause of our great good fortune. So I hope that was okay. 3. Attainment to Krishna is based purely on his mercy. In a fraction of a second, Krishna can purify us and destroy our anarthas in a blink of an eye. And if one learns from their past mistakes without having animosity for anyone, and takes complete shelter of Krishna and performs bhakti with faith and love, won't they attain love for Krishna and go to Krishna in one lifetime? Why do you think that if you learn from your past mistakes, if you live without animosity, if you take complete shelter of Krishna, and if you perform bhakti with faith and love, why do you think you will not receive Krishna's mercy? Why are you doubting Krishna's mercy? You think Krishna will not give you mercy? If you learn from your past mistakes, you live a life without having animosity towards anyone. Adveshta sarvabhutana maitra karuna evacha nirmama nirahankaro samadukha sukha shami. Krishna will not give you mercy. Krishna will give mercy. Krishna gives mercy even when we don't deserve. If someone lives like this, they perform bhakti with faith and love. Shraddha bhajatam priti purvakam. Why Krishna will not give mercy? So we should not doubt Krishna's mercy. Krishna's mercy is there even when we don't deserve. And if we try to follow Krishna's instructions, like you're saying, then why we should have a doubt in Krishna's mercy being bestowed upon us? For sure, we will receive Krishna's mercy. And to have complete confidence and faith in Krishna's mercy is a sign of Sharanagati. It's a sign of surrender, real surrender. Avashya rakshibe Krishna Vishwasa Palana. That is Sharanagati. Hari Bol. Nikunjaras Prabhu was having that situation. Acha. Shama Rasika Mataji is saying her good husband, His Grace Nikunjaras Prabhu, was having that same situation. Duvidha, dilemma. And temple president told the same thing, and our Guru Maharaj came into his dream. Hari Bol. Please bless me that someday I also get dreams of Hari Guru and Vaishnavas. I never get. Okay. So I think no more questions. So we should really end now. Thank you very much, dear devotees. I will end the call for Priti Vilasini Mataji because she is having a sore throat. So thank you very much, dear devotees, for kindly joining Bhakti Sangha Japa group regularly, giving your association, inspiring us to serve you, and hearing Punya Krishna Katha Amritam. Let us offer our obeisances to all the assembled devotees. Vancha
Kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam
पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो
Vaishnavebhyo namo namo.
नमो नमः।
Jai.
जय
Jai
भगवान की
की
जय।
जय, His
हरे
Grace
कृष्णा प्रभु
Radha
जी
Radha
की
Prabhu
श्री
जी
राधे
की
राधे
जय,
प्रभु जी की जय।
जय, हरे